fifth grade. We are one-to-one with iPads with our fifth graders, actually 5 through 10. So we're looking at ways to engage them in their learning in the classroom and something that they can do on their own. And Post-it Plus is a really nice tool, a really simple, user-friendly app that even the young kids can use it. So I'm sure at times, kind of old school, you've given your kids a Post-it note. Maybe they had to write a question, or you did a KWL chart. What do you already know? What do you want to learn? And they put it on a wall. Well, what Post-it Plus will let you do is take those same Post-its, take a picture of them, and then now we can actually manipulate them and move them around on our iPad screen. You can actually create your own boards within the app itself. So this is sort of my teacher board, just to give you some ideas. Since I teach math, I have one here where we talk about keywords and talking about how these apply to our word problems and what do these words mean. Put these into groups that mean to add, to subtract, to multiply, and to divide. So I wrote these out on a Post-it note, put them on my table, took a picture, and captured this board. And now all the students have to do is press and hold, and now it becomes something that we can regroup. So we could say that one goes with this one, and this one goes in here. Now obviously these are not correct, so don't. But then they can rename them to say, hey, this is for multiplying. It's connected to my keyboard, so I won't do that. But for other grade levels, maybe we're talking about kindergarten and we're representing numbers in different forms. So we have number forms, tally forms. We can make our 10 frames. We can give the word form, and now we want them to group them so that all of the ones are together, all of the twos are together. You can change the colors so that for more visual learners, you need, in each group, you can only have one of each color for the young kids. We have letters, matching the capitals with their lowercase counterparts. We have two-dimensional versus three-dimensional. Just put them into different categories. So classifying. Even upper level, my husband's a chemistry teacher, so I said, hey, I need something that's a little bit higher level. Some topics that those students just typically need to memorize for their AP exam. Here we have structural formulas of organic compounds. So they're taking that structure with the name and again matching it. Simply taking a screenshot once they're all done and sending that screenshot to the teacher for a quick formal assessment, or sharing it around, you know, if you have the Reflector app, and putting it up so that everybody in the class could see, thank you very much, can see what you've done, and just a really quick check for understanding for that day. Let's see some other ones here. This one might be a little bit harder to read. You actually have the ability within the app to type right on there. So for fifth grade, they have to learn state names in capitals, which is really hard for some of our kids. So I created this for our fifth grade social studies teacher, sent it to her, and now the kids just practice on their own with matching the state and the capital. Again, making sure you have a yellow one with a blue one. Any matching. Our Spanish teachers are using this for vocabulary, matching the Spanish word with the English word. You can do it with any vocabulary, words with definitions. I've also given this to my students as their own study tool. You know, instead of making flashcards out of index cards, why don't you create your own Post-it Plus board? You know, whatever you need to memorize, whatever you need to remember, names and dates. You need to draw a little diagram, draw it and try to remember. It's quick, it's easy to use. I can make a board within 2 minutes if I had to right before a class. The kids love it. They're engaged in what they're doing it. My students beg, hey, do you have a Post-it Plus for us today for a warm-up? I mean, what kids beg to do math? I have kids now that are begging to do math just because of the manipulation. They like to make their own colors. They like to choose their own markers. It's personalized learning for them. Quick, simple, nice, easy app, multiple uses, multiple grade levels, kid-friendly, teacher-friendly, parent-friendly. That is my 5 minutes for you guys. Yes, I had like 13 seconds. Any quick questions?